In this video, I'm going to be backtesting a week's worth of trades using my zone flow strategy. Now, this strategy originates from supply and demand. I kind of took what I knew from supply and demand and turned it into this. The way regular people trade supply and demand is you know, they they look for demand at the start of a move. So, as you can see here, this whole big move right here starts all the way down here. So they would draw their demand zone down here, wait for price to push back into it, and reject off. Now that's not what I do. So I actually trade somewhere in the middle of the move. And I have a strategy that allows me to do that, and we're going to be back testing that today. So let's get into it. We're gonna backtest a week's worth of trades. So we're gonna go to last Monday. All right, let's get into it. So we found Monday. I start trading at 8 p.m. Asia session. So let's start there. Now, I'm identifying the trend, whether that's up or down, deciding what's gonna look good for today, a buy or a sell. I get on at 8 p.m. I kind of just wait a little bit for some stuff to play out, get some break of structure or something like that. So let's let it play out and see what happens. Okay, so here could have been a setup. We get the gap. We get break of structure here. But obviously it just kept pushing up and didn't come back to our zone. Now the older the zone gets, the least that I like the trade. I would have liked the gap to get created and then we get a straight pushback to our zone. But I'm seeing huge signs of bullish price action with these two big candles, so I'm definitely bullish right now. So let's see what happens. So see here how since this was since this zone was since this zone it took too long for price to come push back into our zone. It didn't respect it. It just pushed right through it. We want to see quick. Our gap gets created, draw our zone, break a structure, price comes back to our zone, quick, wicks out, and goes in the direction that we want. So let's see here. We're at 10:40 p.m. on Monday. Nothing yet. I'm going to give it till 12. Okay, right here. Let's go back. But I was about to say I was going to give it till 12 and then call it quits cuz I don't want to be looking at the charts all night, cuz then I get antsy and start rushing stuff. So here, this is perfect. We get our gap. We draw our zone. We break these lows, okay? So step 1, gap. Step 2, break of structure. Step 3, pull back into my zone and wick out. So we have all of that at the moment. Now I'm just waiting for break of candle, which would be right here right for now. Stop loss goes at the top of the candle, and I go for a 1 to 2, which would look like that. Entering off break candle. Let's see what happens. Boom, boom, straight to TP, just like that. Simple 1 to 2, risk I'm risking 300 to make 600. And since I'm doing 1 to 2s, I only have to technically win 2 trades a week to be positive on the week, which I really like. Now if I win 3, 4, 5 trades a week, now I'm super positive on the week. Okay, so that's Monday. Let's go to Tuesday now. Okay, let's do it. It's now Tuesday at 8 p.m. Asia session. I just want to state that I trade micro gold futures. So I'm not for my trades. I'm not going for a certain amount of points, and I'm not trading a specific contract amount every single trade. It changes. I just make sure no matter what that my stop loss is between 250 and 300, and my take profit I'm going for 600 every single time without fail, straight like that. Going for 1 to 2. So Monday was green. Tuesday, let's get it going. Let's see. We get break of structure, break these lows. Overall, we are bullish. I'm going to go until 12. If we hit 12 and there's no trade, then I'm done. We'll move on to Wednesday if needed. Okay, here we get a gap created. Boom, I would have drawn my zone, and we break highs. We break highs here and here. Now, I wouldn't, in real time, I would not take this trade because I don't like how we came all the way up here and then we haven't pushed back to my zone yet. I like it for it to be pretty quick. I would have wanted the gap to get created and come back to my zone pretty quickly and then continue up. Instead, we just shot straight up. You know, sometimes it can still hit, but from what I know, it's just not it's not a good idea. So we'll see what happens. Broke these highs over here. Okay. Let's see. It's 11:40. If we get to 12 and nothing, we'll move on to Wednesday. But right here, we get a gap created. We get break of structure here. Now we would want it to pull back to our zone pretty quick, or I'm not taking this. Okay, right there, I'd have called it quits. It's bullshitting. It's taking too long. It's not coming straight back to my zone. It's pulling back and continuing up, and it wouldn't be a good trade for me to take. But we'll see what happens. And we reached 12, so I'd have been done anyway. So Tuesday, no trade. Let's move on to Wednesday. All right, boom. We're at 8 p.m. on Wednesday now. So we hit a trade on Monday, no trade on Tuesday, and now we're on Wednesday. Let's see what happens. So I can see we are just crazy bullish, so I'm only looking for buys. Let's get it going, see if we can hit a trade by 12. Oh, let's slow that down. Let's bring it back a few steps. All right, let's do it. All right, only looking for buys. I think we have a trade right here. Let's see. Yes, we do, barely. You can see we have a gap. No matter how small the gap is, we still have a gap. Doesn't matter how small or how big it is. We draw our zone. We get break of structure here. And now we want price to pull back to our zone and wick out of it. And we would be entering off break of candle. Boom. There. Let's bring it back. So this candle wicks out of our zone. Cool. We now be entering off break of that candle, which should be here. Stop loss, which should be here. Stop loss. Bottom of the candle. Go for a 1 to 2. Risk to reward should be about there. Now let's let it play out, see what happens. All right, break a candle, we're in. Almost got taken out right there, but we didn't. Let's see what happens. Okay, this would have been an L. So yeah, went for the 1 to 2. It did not hit. Now, one thing I didn't like about this trade is I don't like when the candle that gets broken is as long as this one is, because then I have to, I have to put my stop loss down here no matter what at the bottom of the candle if we're in buys. So with this stop loss being, so long, so many points, a 1 to 2 is a lot longer than it would be if, the candle was smaller. So sometimes when that happens, when my stop loss is so many points, sometimes I'll go for a 1 to 1 cuz I know, I got to make up for it. So if you go for a 1 to 1 there, you hit the trade. But 1 to 2, that would have been an L. So Wednesday took a L at the 1 to 2. So we're now 1 for 1. Didn't trade Tuesday, won Monday, lost Wednesday. There's another trade right here on Wednesday. I do one and done, but we'll just see. We'll see if it reacts to it. Okay, it's taking too long, so I would have called it quits. Let's move on to Thursday. Okay, it's Thursday, 8 p.m. here. Let's see what's going on. Let's get it started, see what we can find. Let's see. All right, it's looking pretty bearish to me. Here, there would have been a setup. We get our gap. We get our break of structure. We break lows here, here, and here. Let's see if it comes back to our zone pretty quickly. If it does, I'll take this. Okay, pushes right through it. That's fine. Let's let it play out. Here could be a trade if we push back pretty fast. We get our gap. Highs broken there. Let's see. All right, it's taking too long. Wouldn't take this anymore. Okay, here we get a gap created. I will draw my zone. We get break of structure here, break those highs. Now it is what 12 oh, or the gap gets created at 11:50, so perfect timing before 12. If this trade doesn't hit pretty quick, then I'll be done for Thursday and then done for the week, cuz there is no Friday night trades. So let's see what happens. All right, boom. We make contact with our zone. Entry would be off break of this candle. Stop loss would go below this candle to be safe. Stop loss would go below that candle. And we would go for a 1 to 2. Let's see where that looks like. Boom. Let's let it play out. See what happens. Almost get stopped out. Go to TP. Go straight to TP. Continues going up. So let's see. So we won on Monday, hit our trade on Monday, didn't trade Tuesday, lost on Wednesday, and hit our trade on Thursday. So we went, what did we do? We went 2 for 1. 2 for 1, I'm pretty sure. We went 2 for 1. So that's positive on the week. Risking 3 to make 6. You'd be up about 900 on the week, which is good. So that's it. That's pretty much like the zone flow strategy. You're just waiting for a gap, break of structure, pull back to our zone with pretty good timing, wick out, enter on break a candle. I go for a 1 to 2, risking between 250 to 300 to make 600. And that's what I do. This strategy allows me to take payouts. I love this strategy. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about anything, drop a comment down below. If this video helped you out in any way, let me know if you got any value from it. If you maybe if you were able to understand what I was talking about, understand the strategy, please let me know. Thanks for watching. Peace.